My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Inscryption. I mean, like, I want to play that zero cost deck again. Yeah, we have to. Absolutely. No alternative possible. Squirrelfish. Wait, didn't I unlock a new modifier that was something different? Didn't I? I could have sworn I had. Cards in starting deck have 1 less health. I'm pretty sure that can't actually affect minions that only have 1 health to begin with. So I think that's actually a free take right there. Squirrelfish. We found Squirrel was actually a little bit of a problem to not be able to block with. But we also won't take single candle if we can avoid it. This might be our extra 10, and then we do, like, basically what we had last time. A lot of totem battles, admittedly. I think we can do this. Maybe I shouldn't think we can do this, but I do think we can do this. What was the challenge start that we unlocked last episode? Because they're not making it multiple. It was something I thought wasn't going to affect me at all. Now I can't remember it entirely at all. Oh well. Weak cards. This is hard to explain. Perhaps they're sick? Yes. A crippling disease afflicted your meager troop of creatures. Oh no, they all only have 1 health. What a shame. I don't think we're going to be able to get past that. Let's see what we have outside of our battlefield. Cat and moose buck? Not impossible. Are you anticipating some extraordinary pets? Hair pets? There's a grizzly. There's a rat king as well. The ability to get more bones. Effectively upgrade one of these into a greater smoke. Not half bad. Warrens have a Gek that gives you a rabbit back in hand as well. That's pretty sick. I mean, I have no plan for what I would do with the bones yet. I think that's it. You have my gratitude. All right. Okay, so we could try and start working on a totem. Ooh, we can even increase our tribal consistency over there. How many sacrificial units do I really have? Like at the moment I just have the Warren that's happy to go into the Gek or the rabbit or whatever. I don't even know if I have a second, and I might not even hit one here. Let's go for the tribal bonus. Give me the serpent head or fecundity or like double strike or triple strike or something. Just something good. Don't let this be a wash. There's the serpent head. All right. Not a wash so far. We do have another battle in the future that we don't have to worry about using an item in advance for. Do remember that I should probably use the pliers first. Ah, yes, I see. Let's get this grizzled attack going. Sure. Sure, I guess. Yeah, we will ultimately end up pushing more than them. Oh, this turn as well. Beautiful. We do want to stay on tribal bonus, and we do want at least 1 sacrificial space. I could take basically anything here, but the thing that I'm most leaning towards is serpents, obviously. A mud turtle. Block an instance of damage? I mean, that does just make a much more comfortable unit blocker. The Warren goes into, I believe, the rabbit, because if I get fecundity or anything like that, that's going to want to go on the on the Gek. I guess it all really depends on what I end up finishing the totem with as well as to whether or not that's a great idea. Again, we have another battle in the future before we have our next bag. Actually going to be blocking damage here, so we hope to get the Grizzly out on turn 1, which we do. It's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. Basic drop from the deck into the tadpole. We can play you there because we're going to attack. Sparrow goes through, kills that line. We take 1 damage here. Tadpole graduates. Gek will push some damage. And then I can sack in order to get the maximum damage on the board. Beautiful. I should keep my mind open to the possibility of going to a trader in this run. At least one. An adder. Is that enough? Giving like Touch of Death kill to a Gek or something like that is pretty sick. It's not bad. Is it good? Again, it really depends on what the other sigils are gonna be in the totem. I'm tempted to roll for something that's like a bigger payoff, because I still don't have many damage minions, and this isn't damage. I'm gonna try. Magpie is so sick. And we also have a blood cost one up here. We have also a forced third totem pickup. Could be even a little more picky. And spawner? I'm gonna take the stag head here because again, I have to go to another totem position, so I would like to find 2 more different bottoms. And there are so many totems on this line. You are guaranteed to have a totem by end of this floor. Well, I mean, unless you take all the same parts like I'm doing. So I guess don't do what Donnie don't does. Cute. Mm-hmm. Rabbit there. Sorry, Gek there competing against the coyote. So I'll push 1 damage this turn. They'll push 1 damage with their porcupine as well. It's a good equilibrium for us. And there's the grizzle. I'm gonna hard swing in their direction. No need to worry too much, I think. Let's roll for a block there that doesn't even work, and it doesn't even matter because we already finished out the fight. Great. Another blood cost. I'm looking for a higher blood cost. 3 blood. This is good. It's good. Stop with all of the worst. Okay, I've got all of the tribal heads that I could need right now. Please. God, do I make him stinky? Am I actually just gonna do that? You know what? No. There's gonna be more totem spaces. I'm taking every single totem head in the game. I'm gonna force them to give me the fecundity bottom of the totem. Doesn't have to be fecundity. It could be fecundity. It could be unkillable. It could be double strike, bifurcated strike. It could be trifurcated strike. It could be double strike. It could be... There's a lot of things it could be. But something impactful, please. 'Twas the prospector, yay-haw! Tadpoles there. I could push a little damage with the mud turtle over on that right-hand side, and I am gonna need to save. Yeah, I have to use the mud turtle to push damage here. Because I can't use the grizzly before the first wave ends. That's a great way to lose. Hilarious. So we're not gonna die this turn. Good. Main. It's fine. This is bad. I can't block that enemy, I guess, without using smoke. But I'm gonna need resources later. Hey, boy. I can hold pattern for one turn, but I really don't want it to swing too far in my direction. Will that immediately create an aqua squirrel, or will it create a squirrel? Squirrel, nice. I'm gonna use that as a chunk blocker. Good. That'll clear their board. Gives me more material. You care, that mill was defenseless. And then I push 3, and then I push 3 again next turn. That gets us the win on board. And by that time, I will have enough material to confirm a good summon. There's gold in them near cores. Perfect. Gold! How struck gold! Sorry, just got an important text message. I mean, I do need them to actually clear some of my board here. Lest I not actually have the ability to summon anything. Gosh. I really need them to kill one more minion on my board. I can't just chump block with squirrels constantly. I have one to chump block with. We'll do that. Thank you for summoning the adder. I'm gonna chump with the smoke this turn, which I think still gets hit. Yeah, it does. And now I actually have the ability to generate my powerful minions in attack mode. So I'm gonna push some damage this turn as well. And also gonna get a Raven down. Individual summon, I mean, I can get the Mantis. More than good enough for us. Raven doesn't kill, Direwolf does. Still attacks over the top. Mantis pushes even more damage. End of our prospector. Reignite. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. It's pretty much exactly what I want. It's basically a Gek for me. We will need another map. Thankfully, I used an item in the previous area, so I could go over on the item side if I wanted to. I don't want to, but I could. Oh, but I have to, because otherwise I've got a trader even further up. get away from a trader? I want to go to a trader. Difficult to tell. I'd like to buff the damage stat of the direwolf. I don't really care about buffing the health stat of anything I try and remove in that position, probably. This, like, I keep choice if I go on this side. Otherwise, I'm guaranteed by going on this side. I think I'm gonna leave myself open. Please ask for bones. So we have 2 poison pills, the grizzly and the direwolf. Mud turtle, direwolf, grizzly as well. Power, sigils. We have too many things with 2 sigils. I think we can do that quite easily. I think the most likely thing we can fail here might be damage. Only 1 unit instantly fails it. Even the direwolf can be paired with a 0 and a 1 or a 0 and a 0 and other sorts. 4. Oh well. So a cat that summons another cat in hand, I could fill the entire board with cats at any time that I want, but then I can't sacrifice those cats in order to actually summon minions on board. It is material, and it's interesting, but I don't know what I'm gonna... You know? I'm gonna try and paint over the moon. I think I'd like to do that. Let's check out what happens. Yeah, there's a cat. So this is the weird thing. How? So squirrel go down, cat go down. Cat can sack to get cat. Right? And then both of those sack for magpie. Which I guess gets direwolf. I can't get both of them down. Like, because we run out of space because of the cats taking up all the space. But I guess they do. I mean, they're chump blocks, I guess, is really their value here. And there we go. We got the direwolf down to do barely anything. Hell yes. You hate to see it. I can't be mad about the cat, but I definitely seem to be. I don't know, I just need more space on my board. Alright. Bones. That's an easy fail for us. Not a single bone between them. We do have straight up removal from the deck here, which has a little bit of appeal in getting rid of the mud turtle being, you know? I do have 2 tadpoles in the deck that could actually join into one another at my culture space. That's not a good idea, to be clear. Heck, might even be a bad one. Magpie. Admittedly, I could actually put the magpie into the tadpole. And then... Does that make joining the 2 better? I don't make joining the 2 better. No. We do Gek. I just want to be able to play a board full of Geks and all of them have fecundity because of the totem finish, and then all of them draw out my entire draw pile, and then I just summon whatever I want. Isn't that a reasonable thing? I mean, I'm just gonna have the grizzly push the damage, I think. And then tadpole over on the right. Sorry, left. Can't tell directions, so that'll happen occasionally. Mm-hmm. We actually have a reason to do this. There we go. Push a wee bit extra. I know that I would never settle for just a 5th line, but I kind of want a 5th line now. Totem. That's where the fecundity sigil is. I know it. I know it's again. Fecundity could be any of the other ones here, and I'd be happy as well. But I'm just saying fecundity. Turn down the card here because the deck's already doing good. Well failed. It is done. We have constructed the deck. I mean, it worked. Like, I can't be mad about it. But it did take me 5 totem spaces to get here. I very much dragged the deck, decking and screaming, yelling and screaming towards being able to actually do this. Bop. 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 And another one. Oh, just for fun this time. Now only the ladies. All right, go. Turn them all flat face down. Now I have a bunch of bullfrogs. Huh. Oh no, I don't actually push enough damage. It's fine, I do block their damage. And, you know, I can keep just putting them down, so you can't really stop me. This is a hilarious one, because the mud turtle comes back as well, so I can just upgrade my board into mud turtles if I want to. Yeah, that's all lethal. Persistence pays off. So I do have to worry about my duping in the future. Currently, I mean, I would love to double the direwolf or the grizzly. Just the statistic gain out of that is incredible. I don't actually want to join the tadpoles. Desperately, I don't want to join the tadpoles because they are, each of them, infinite material if I need it. So I'm desperately looking for a pair here. I'm devastated. Oh boy. Well, that's how that one happened. Damage. Okay. Some to the direwolf, and then we'll take it away. We're doing the same thing. Mycology. I don't have the choice not to do this one, unfortunately. I've tried to dodge mycologists, but alas, not gonna work for us. And it's not gonna come out and be, you know, a bigger bullfrog at all either, right? Damn. Trap stood before you. Grimace shook his head. You shouldn't have come here. Ah, yeah, there we go. Geck him. Absolutely geck him. I'm gonna take all of it. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think I mess around here. I'll take a second wolf pelt. We'll get one, and then we'll get another one for completing the round. And there's no way you're gonna be able to block my ability to generate infinite damage. Let's trade. Take wolf pelt. So much damage for us. Yep. Let's take those two. Oh wait, sorry, I have to draw first. And then the gecko will get me that. Then I'm gonna pop that over the top for 11 damage there. Neither, wait, no, you have flight block, but it's not like I can get past that in any way. You don't. Beautiful. I really wish I could see the whole map at the start, because I feel like I would be making a lot more decisions and a lot different decisions if I knew, like, at the end, oh, I can find a totem, or like I can join minions at this point or something like that. Was it cat and moose buck? Would we actually be able to finish the thing? I mean, I think I'd take the moose buck anyway here. It's the biggest of the summons. I don't understand why it doesn't simply eat the other summons. Air grew thick. Cat and the moose buck. And that's cat and the moose buck in positions 2 and 3 respectively. I don't need another top. We've got everything we need there. I can't remove the cat, obviously, if I want to be able to actually use the moose buck. The mud turtle having the ability to be multiple summons is actually pretty good for us. I guess I would go for the fire. I don't want to go on the other hand side. I have to avoid even going on the other hand side. I've also got to make sure that in my next fight, I use an item. Otherwise, I am going to get a pack rat. Although, you know, I could have infinite different items in my tadpole if I really wanted to, you know, exploit the pack rat in that way. I prefer not to have to, though. Yeah, I got some high cost bloods in here. Three serpents. Our easiest is to fail the kin. Second serpent, damn. This has fecundity, so it's in infinite bones, but I have so many cards that are infinite bones. I guess I take the adder. Don't really. Could I just straight up remove the adder from the deck right now and be significantly better off? Significantly better off. Because, like, Rabbit's a great card in our deck, Tadpole's a great card in our deck, Gek's a great card in our deck, Cat's a great card in our deck. That's all our material, right? Execution, 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 filler, filler, filler. I'm worried I go to the next space and it tries to buff health and I just don't care. I just, like, it slides off of my brain. I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, battle time, item time, and again, it's probably gonna be the pliers. I think I actually just popped the pliers at the start of the fight. To take it off my mind so I don't screw it up. Never mind, I don't even have the ability to screw this up. By the way, pliers are about to happen. 3, 2, 1. Yank him! Got him. Shot. Another. It's fine too, I guess. Then put the direwolf in the leftmost position, and then get some more Geks out there. Great. I'm gonna do the moose buck and cat now. Moose buck goes there, and the cat goes next to it. There we go. Shake over the screen there, telling us we've done that right. And I think that'll be enough damage for us to push. Fecundity's so good. Stand up, turn around, walk away. Yeah, so it's the same one. I did use the pliers. I can't take that item. If I take that item and I sit down with it, this will force me to pick up an item, which I don't want to do. What? An item can't. Again. I keep reiterating very similar points. Nervously, as I'm trying to describe them myself, I guess. It's probably blood cost. We just hope. Damn it. Sparrow upgrading? Gosh. It's just, again, it's just bait to remove from the deck. Take a squirrel, just in case we draw the absolute worst hand of all time and need it. Not gonna get another item before the next. Alright. I think I use my squirrel here, actually. Because we go Aqua Squirrel, sacrifices for cat, gets a second cat on board, right? Then we need squirrel to go down in order to actually get the moose buck itself. Sparrow. And that closes the fight for us, right? Right. Whew. Still got my second candle up, though. We're not that pressed. Yeah, all of our big cards don't really have any infusion that we really care too much about. So damage infusions for our big cards. Pretty huge pickups here. I mean, Tadpole is great. It's still just fill the entire board whenever you want. I can't even join it back in if I really want to in the future. This has got to be the Wolverine into the Dire Wolf, because that can actually be useful. We saw that in the last video, demonstrating quite a lot of effectiveness. Against bosses I haven't even fought yet as well, so. Yeah, I can't even pick up... Well, if I succeeded this, I could possibly pick up another card before there. No, I think I'm going for another sacrifice one minion into another minion. It's probably going to be the mud turtle into the moose bug. That's very much just a removal thing. Wait, hang on. There's a... Oh no. There's a mycologist that I have to visit. They're forcing me to join the two tadpoles together again. Oh well. I can't act like it's a huge tragedy. We're gonna... We're gonna absolutely blow them out. I love that the majority of that fight was spent putting down the totem and then turning it away after. So blank space. This could be a blank space, or it could even it could give me another one of a card that I have. And if it does, then I can go mycologist. Otherwise, I can turn here, possibly get a buff, and then join the two tadpoles together. I think that actually might be even better. Because I do like that mud turtle. I don't deeply despise it. So am I looking to succeed this challenge then? We're almost certain to succeed the damage one. That'll do it. Not a dupe. The Lamagaya. Not a dupe in the beaver. Don't technically have Wolverine in the deck anymore, unfortunately. Oh, that does hurt. Lamagaya is actually going to be like kind of actually a fine minion for us, to be realistic. One thing I could do is I could join here, go there rather, joining the 2 tadpoles, and then the second one will offer me a dupe of something else in my deck. If it offers me a Gek or a tadpole, I'm pretty happy. If it offers me a Lamagaya or a direwolf or a grizzly or a moose buck, I'm even happier. Yeah. Lean into it, I guess. Do you have a victim? Just these. I have so many sigils on that tadpole right now. If only we focused. Not that any of the ones would be particularly useful on it, though. Okay, offer us a dupe. Tadpole. Cat. Tadpole. No need to iterate the other options out there. Yeah, I mean, we got another tadpole and another Lamagaya in the deck. Another win condition. It's even got, it's flying and it's got spread attack. It's incredible. Push. It's all he says this time. Push. Oh boy. We absolutely did dang. Got him. And then, I guess that one. Lamagaya goes there. Another Gek draw. Another Gek draw. I do want to generate more bones, and I can do that by like mud turtle, and then just summon more Geks, and this will give the Lamagaya as much damage as I have patience, which is not going to be a huge amount. Summon him again and again. I mean, like, yeah, it can be the Gek or not at the moment. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I mean, look, we should get them to a somewhat respectable number. Surely. 10. 10 feels possible of being respected. And then, do I have any... 2 blood? I do have a 2 blood in, you know, more mud turtles, I guess. Final Gek attacks over the top. All right. Go fish. And then I kill that, getting even more damage for the second phase. Now I just feel like I'm being cruel. Go fish. Yeah, that's fine. You can contest all of those. I did flying damage. If I don't have a whole nother floor, we're gonna absolutely trounce them. If I do have a whole nother floor, holy hell, we are going to go wild. I can't remember, though, if I do have any more after this. Rat King. Rat King. Oh my god, get even more bones when killing like a mud turtle or a tadpole so that I can do that Lamagaya thing with even more effectiveness. Sounds good to me. It's got to be the end, right? Hey, there we go. Okay, yes, so my items are 1 down. I'm gonna go over here and now get this, pop that down. Reliable. That pocket watch never stops ticking. Perhaps you would like to use it. Yes, and we're still doing the sack into the other. And then it's Rat King into... Like, the mod turtle is the way to get repeated triggers of it, right? But I could also just get a huge amount of them if I just used the tadpole initially. Oh, but the Gek draws into the mod turtle anyway, so, like, I can... at any time, I can access it if I need it. Alright, Leshy. Let's go, bud. This will be your final test. Do we get turn 1 lethal? Another? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Turn 1 lethal! We did it! We drew the Gek! Okie dokie. Let's get the turtle out of there. The Lamagaya as well. Direwolf for sure. Let's get the rabbit. Okay, let's trim down a little before building back up. Have every card in the deck. I do love how unstoppable this is. It feels mean, but also, they actually bullied the hell out of me in the actual game. It's only fair. I'm not even gonna put the Lamagaya down until I'm just done with a couple more operations of this at the absolute least. I mean, how high do I want them to get? That's ultimately the question I have to ask myself here. It is stacking very, very quickly. So a reasonable argument could probably be made that I could persist until they stack off the screen. I don't want to hard commit to that until I see the super promising progress in all domains. I mean, we're halfway there, I think. Unless it starts building another pile now. I want the Lamagaya to have annoying stats. So what, we're getting 5 every time I kill a mod turtle and a Gek? So every cycle here is giving me 15. You know, we'll just round up and say that every cycle is giving me 8 additional damage to the Lamagaya. I mean, I'm feeling increasingly compelled that maybe the solution is get the Lamagaya to have more than 100 damage bifurcated. Okay, we've stacked off screen officially. Didn't take too long this time. This one's a lot more repeatable and a lot less finicky than some of the other infinites I've put down. Alright, I'm gonna check the Lamagaya stats now. Okay. We can't stop at 75. It's 6 too many. And I don't have any bones to play, so I have to do it like this. Okay. It has to be 102 times. What do you get? Yeah, tell me it's not important to get a 3rd digit involved here? Sorry, just memories of the trapper. Montels. Keep going down. A little bit more. Should be like 3. This isn't gonna work neatly to 100, is it? You're gonna be like 101. Right? Nope, 100. And now here's the very fun part. The extremely fun part. Are we ready? Because I need to see what happens. I still have a trick up my sleeve. There's the moon. No sigils. No, I can't allow that. Okay, so you won't allow us to actually take the moon from you in any way. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but I do want to see. When I kill you over the top of the moon, do you say anything about it? No! Okay, so we skip the, you've killed the moon, finish me phase. Entry 11. Data in beta state. For any quality concerns, please contact Kaminsky Data Storage, MFG. We've unlocked the new challenge, Grizzly Bosses. Grizzlies appear during the first 3 boss battles. Plus 45 challenge points. I'm deeply intrigued and want to immediately start theory crafting. But that's going to have to wait for the next episode. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Inscryption. Kaycee's mod up in the top left. You can see my series playlist on this content. For all of my content on this game, rather, past, present, future. Down below is YouTube's recommendation for what it thinks you should watch next. Streaming past and the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Or above the tail of the dollar tier. And a special thanks this episode to 3D. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. Hopefully see you next time.